You know those questions which demand a strict single answer without leaving you any room for nuance? Well, I despise these questions. Not just because they do that, but because they breed animosity towards the other side. Recently I had a conversation with a friend, and she said that their lecturer posed them a question. He said, "What child would you rather have? A smart but unkind child, or a kind and dumb one?" Well, exactly the type of question I despise, right? We disagreed. I chose kindness, she chose intelligence, and then troubled by this I decided to investigate the question a bit further, trying to find which side had the majority online. But since it's not exactly the most popular question out there, I didn't conclusively find the more popular answer. But I still found some interesting questions, to say the least. I'd rather my child be intelligent than kind. Quite frankly, there are enough uneducated, ignorant, or stupid individuals in the world. I would much rather my child be intelligent, so they have better opportunities to be successful. So let's explore this question: kindness or intelligence? Ignoring, because of the nature of this question, that a person obviously could be both. Now, of course, intelligence is a range, as well as kindness. On one side, we could have a Einstein-level Hitler, on the other a mentally handicapped angel. But I think it's best not to regard these extremes and simply discuss the question more broadly. Especially since while I found this type of comments saying that I would rather even my child be unkind than kind, all other context aside. Have a look at this one. I'd rather my child be unkind than kind, to be honest. There is a blurry line between kindness and surrender. People who are too afraid of conflict are easy to enslave, and people who focus too much on their feelings about things are easy to manipulate. Intelligence is really at its core an unkind genetic trait, because it is the most effective mean of domination and acquisition of power. We live in a very unkind world, and it is useless to cry about that. If you want to live in a better world, then there is no way of actualizing that dream without the help of intelligence. These comments make me truly sad, because some people have gone through such tough experiences that they can't help but think this way. If we were to talk about this post a bit more, the first paragraph quite misunderstands what kindness is. Since when kindness means emotionality or being afraid of conflict. Not wanting conflict, sure, but avoiding conflict is not kindness. Being kind does not mean being devoid of any other traits like assertiveness and so on. But the second paragraph is the one I would really like to focus on. Intelligence is really at its core an unkind genetic trait, because it is the most effective mean of domination and acquisition of power. Now, ignoring the biological implications here, at the core of this sentence and in the last post, there is a core point. An intelligent but unkind person will do better and be more successful in life. I think what truly bothers me about this point are the larger societal implications. We are clearly implying such a weak idea of success. My child will be at the top of the chain. He will be the boss. He will be the one signing the check, not the one accepting it. He'll be the one driving the Bugatti, and he will be living the life. Sure, and then when he grows old and weak, he'll be sitting in his mansion alone with no friends, no children or grandchildren by his side, wondering would it hurt for them to come and visit for a little while? But sure, let's not be that extreme. Maybe he will have some friends there, drinking with him, trying to earn his trust to get a piece of the pie for themselves. Similarly to how he manipulated the people throughout his life. Surely this is the better outcome, right? Now, the truth is that no one wants to deal with an unkind person or a bully without a reason. Even bullies don't want to deal with other bullies because, well, they can also get harmed by them, no less. We want our child to have the best chance at happiness. And we want happiness for ourselves also. And we think that power and paper acquired through intelligence will make us and them happy. And then we wonder why we have an unhappiness and meaninglessness epidemic. How could we not, when we think that power and paper will make us and them happy? Not kindness. If you are unkind, no one will give a crap about you. They will only care about your money. What can you give them? But really, is there anything valuable in that? And then another point is, do you think you can control that power and money however you wish? Don't you think it can be taken away wherever by anyone? Paper can be burned away, power can be taken away by another and so on. But if you don't have that anymore, if all you have is intelligence, you might say, okay, cool, I'll just build it back up again. But it's not just about intelligence. And everybody knows this. All the successful people say, yeah, sure, I made it. I put in a lot of effort here. But they're not delusional about that. Well, they were just quite lucky also. Both intelligence and luck need to come in contact for you to actually reach that success and power. But even if you acquire it at some point, well, what will you have remaining if it just disappears one day? Neither will you have money, neither will you have power, and neither will you have friends. And since you put so much emphasis through your life on that power and wealth, when it disappears, well then you just become a completely unhappy person. You probably were unhappy before, but maybe you were some kind of delusion that, well, people actually like me. Not because I have money, but because my character is so cool. Well, no delusions after that, my friend. So the whole argument about intelligence is going to help you reach power and success, or it might help you, but even that is not a guarantee, right? You still need luck. And then this whole argument shows that we put so much emphasis on paper and power, right? Yet, why put so much emphasis on the thing that can be easily taken away, on the thing that you cannot control? But I'll tell you what you can control. You can control how you act. You can control your kindness. And so why not put value and emphasis on that? Why not put emphasis on just being a good person and everything else just come as they will? Money is not evil, of course, and power is not evil either, but it does become a problem when you emphasize that instead of emphasizing the thing you can truly control. If I emphasize the things I cannot control, then will I ever be happy? Because, well, if I cannot control them, I cannot control whether I have them or whether I do not have them. And so in that way, I'm just doomed for unhappiness because I might not get those things that I value. So far, I just talked about how intelligence, although it can help you gain power and success, which was the main argument made by those posts, it still does not guarantee power and success. And so if intelligence is only valued because it can help you achieve these things, well, that's not the best argument then, I think. The main point though I'd like to make is this: kindness is intelligence, and no truly smart person is unkind. You mean to tell me that we should call a person who wrongs others in any way a smart person? How many more movies or novels or general life advice essays will we have to consume until we see that harming others eventually bites us in the end? Will we have true friends? Will we have someone in a time of need? We might say, I am strong and independent, I don't need others. But let's see how long does that last, right? And then, why do we want to flee from happiness so much as to run from the happiness and satisfaction we gain from helping others? Is this really smart and not stupid? No matter if you're an Einstein or some kind of other genius, if you're unkind, you are fundamentally stupid. No matter how intelligent or no matter how high of a IQ score you have. Would we call a mentally handicapped person smart for wanting to harm himself? And yet we call these unkind geniuses smart, even though all they are doing is just harming themselves in the end. Lastly, we should go back to one of the posts we read at the start. Intelligence is really at its core an unkind genetic trait. To end, we should pose a question to this person. If intelligence is truly an unkind genetic trait, then how will more intelligence make the world a better place? Well, either way, this was supposed to be a short response to the question. Yet, in the end, looks like I still didn't answer the question. I escaped from it, flipping the point that, well, smart people cannot be unkind, because that is fundamentally stupid. But thanks for watching. Do answer the question, what kind of child would you rather have, or who would you rather be? I love hearing from you guys, and I reply to pretty much mostly all of the comments. Thank you very much, and have a nice week and a good tail end of the year. Thank you and goodbye.